We're here with international detective Logan Clark, and this is Logan's Eye into the Private Eye. Logan, a lot of people hear about conspiracy theories. Everybody seems to have one. Have you been called on to investigate one?
I got on radio shows and get asked about them, but I actually wound up in a conspiracy by a very mundane, what I thought was just an odd investigation one time, and wound up smack in the middle of it. A producer, a somewhat film producer and politician, had a fleet of antique Rolls Royces. And this was here in Southern California, a small town. And the Rolls Royces, we were hired because the paint had been peeling off of his Rolls Royces. He took them back to the car company that painted them before. They repainted them. And this happened 2 or 3 times. Then he would turn on his windshield wipers and the electric windows would go up and down. He'd turn the windows on and the wipers would go off. So everything, we thought maybe it's rats that get into the car, rodents that are in there and chewing things up. And the investigation turned at every single time another corner. It just blew into something we had no idea. And after the cars, it got weirder and weirder with the cars. Just the oddest things kept happening. And then the auto company that was painting the cars refused to do it anymore. They said, we've done it 3 times. We're not painting it. It can't have anything to do with our paint. It's got to have to do with your cars. So we did the normal auto investigation stuff and forensic engineers. But then I started going around the neighborhood, and fruit, apples and oranges were only growing about that big, and they were falling off the tree. And people that I would talk to, this lady that told me, she said, these always grew to really nice, oranges. And now they get about half size and they literally just fall off the trees. And they're real dried out, when we open them up. And so that was getting weird. And then people with swimming pools started to find, after a rainy day or a misty day, they would find a layer of oil in their car. And then I got more agents, got my partner, got more guys out there knocking on more doors, and we found crib deaths, which the authorities had kind of blown off as what they called SIDS, S-I-D-S, Sudden Infant Death Syndrome. It got weirder and weirder. There was an oil company, a major, like Shell, Mobil, one of those major oil companies in this town. There was a fertilizer company in this town. There was a strange trucking company where people came out in hazmat suits and steamed these trucks down late at night, and all of this stuff. We went in late at one night into the oil company and happened to find a piece of metal that had a lot of acid corrosion all over it, not normal looking at all. And we sort of borrowed that. It was just laying around, and took that. And when we got home, we walked in, whenever we took trash or anything, we'd bring it into an area where we spread out a trash bag and stuff and put it there. And just as we're starting to go look through the stuff that we had collected and this metal, we looked back on the carpet, and our footprints were burnt into the carpet where we had walked to carry this stuff to. And we picked up our shoes and looked at the bottom of the shoes, and some sort of acid or chemical had gotten on our shoes. And I had noticed the workers during the daytime wore booties, which we of course didn't have. I wound up in the middle of a huge conspiracy, and it's a long story, but it's a really interesting one. And I could go into it, but just not right now. But if you push like on this video, then I could tell the whole story. I find out if you guys really want to hear why all of this strange stuff happened on just what seemed like a normal call. Ooh-wee.